A warning before you listen.
What you are about to hear is not meant for children, nor for the faint of heart. This is an unfiltered retelling of ancient myths, told as they were born, raw, violent, unsoftened. Expect scenes of brutality, curses that linger, betrayals that reshape fate, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. These myths were never meant to lull children to sleep. They were forged in blood, shadow, and fire. So ask yourself, are you ready to hear them as they were first told? Sources and references can be found in the episode description.
Epilogue. From the epic, Zeus, the last-born and the Revolt of Fate, when lightning left the womb and never looked back. The sky wasn't watching. It was hiding. The earth didn't welcome him. It held its breath. Zeus stepped out, not as a survivor, but as a blade, once broken in time's hand, now forging its own edge. Everything in him whispered the same vow, I will not return. His first step was a wound in the belly of shelter. Everything soft inside him tore. Whatever was left of the child slid out of him like a tear down the wall of something cold and ancient. He emerged with no farewell, no blessing, no mother's shadow whispering his name. Barefoot, yet the earth trembled. The wind did not greet him, the trees did not bow, but all of nature recoiled, as if everything around him murmured, this is not a boy leaving, this is something returning from an old death. He didn't look back, didn't call for anyone, didn't search for meaning, because now he was the meaning. He had become the abyss on 2 feet, with eyes that remembered slaughter and hands that promised no mercy. From now on, they would no longer say, he is the son of Rhea. They would say, he is the thunder that slipped from fate's jaw, not to finish the story, but to swallow it whole. He was not yet a god, not yet a man. He was the space in between, where nothing is written, because he is the one who writes. He was the sword that had never been wielded, yet had already begun to cut. The boy whose name no one had ever dared speak, now destined to make the world shout it from beneath the rubble. And the moment his foot touched untouched soil, something inside him detonated. Not the fire of heaven, but the fire of long-held silence reaching his throat. And so ended the age of the cave, the age of milk without warmth, of prophecies cradled in the chest of a silent goat, of mothers who birthed lightning, only to hand it over to the dirt. The age of hiding was over. The age of walking, without a shadow, had begun. And in that dawn, a dawn no one dared call by name, the first line of the Book of Thunder was etched into the air. There was a god who walked out from the womb of the mountain, unarmed, faceless, but carrying everything needed to set the sky on fire. And he did not look back. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.